In Siem Reap, in the shadow of the great temples, Morimoto has set out to turn an ambitious dream into reality. In the year 2000, Morimoto opened this workshop to teach a new generation to weave the traditional silk textiles on a grand scale. Morimoto had moved to Cambodia to devote himself fully to ensuring the textile's survival. To make all this happen, Morimoto needed help. He knew who to turn to. In spite of her age, Grandma Chia left her home in Kikuo province and travelled 250 miles to begin a new life in Siem Reap. Morimoto had persuaded her and several other elderly experts to come and hand their skills on.
I'm happy that I can pass on my knowledge to the people in Siem Reap. I don't want them to forget our traditions. And if you don't learn, you tend to forget. I'm very happy to come and teach people here.
Frankly, I consider her our treasure. Simply because I believe that she has the experience and wisdom of traditions in herself, in her blood.
The results of Grandma Chia's teaching are these designs.
This ikat is the most typical of Cambodian textiles. These are the motifs we revive from those classic textiles.
The intricate motifs appear to be painted onto the cloth. In fact, the individual threads are hand-dyed, one by one, and the patterns are woven directly into the material. This is Grandma Chia's skill. The women are learning to tie small pieces of banana plant around the silk to create the outline patterns. When the silk is dyed, the banana plant protects tiny sections from the color. Tying and dyeing each thread several times eventually produces a single, multicolored thread. Finally, this dyed thread is carefully assembled on the looms to create the finished cloth. Like their ancestors, the staff at the workshop use only natural dyes to color the silk. They produce these themselves from plant materials, avoiding modern chemical methods. Not only is this true to the techniques of the past, Morimoto believes it's an environmentally sound method for the future too. The old iron in these pots produces rusty water, which is used to fix the colors. This provides an opportunity to recycle some unwanted bits of metal.
We put here those old iron, like a nail or something. But actually here, I want to show this one. This is actually gone. But, yeah, and there's no need to this again anymore.
Evidence of the recent war and the poverty it brought is never far away. For many Cambodians, preserving the national heritage is the least of their problems. Many Cambodian families are poor. 1/3 of the population lives below the poverty line. Morimoto sees his role as more than simply protecting the textiles.
If you try to care for art, you have to care for people. Care for the people who create it.
When Morimoto first opened this workshop, there were 7 staff. Just 3 years later, he's employing nearly 500. Many women call in looking for work. Morimoto now has a waiting list of several hundred.
They want to get a job and want to work here. The people often come from the same village as the trainees. One day, 30 people came here in a single morning.
Almost everyone's lives have been damaged by the years of fighting. 22-year-old Ritia is one of the many children of the war.
She is supposed to have graduated from a primary school, but it's not clearly stated here, so I'm not so sure about it. And here it says her mother has passed away. There are so many cases that girls haven't got a father or both parents. So in that sense, we could say she is typical of our trainee women.
I've been working here for nearly 3 years. Since about 2002. Sewing handkerchiefs, or if not, then cleaning silk, which is what I'm doing now. I like working here. I want to learn the traditional way of weaving silk.
Everybody seems pleased to work alongside Morimoto.
I really want to work with him to help improve this centre, because we need money to send our children to school and to buy food for ourselves. When the centre goes well, our standard of living improves too.
Morimoto tries to give priority to those whose lives are particularly difficult. Women with children are allowed to bring them to the workshop.